Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. How you been, Gordon?
Hello, hello. I woke up like an hour ago.
Yeah. Good for you.
When did you wake up?
Like 2 hours ago?
Cringe o'clock? Cringe o'clock, got it.
Cringe. Oh, okay. It's my bad. I woke up at 10:30 instead of 11:30. Oh, my.
Yeah, you.
Anyway, this first half of the podcast is sponsored by McDonald's, as I'm eating McDonald's right now, and it's totally sponsored by them.
Yeah.
So, well, no, because I'm like, oh, I'm hungry. I'm gonna go get some lunch. I don't think you want to film this this early.
Well, I said I'm getting on, and to be fair, I have to go to work at like 5:30 tonight, so.
Oh, yeah, so you won't be there for the stream later. Well, I don't know.
Nah. Well, it depends on how long you go for. I might be there at the end.
Yeah.
But that's only if you stream late.
Anyway, welcome to episode 2 of the TweeCast.
It's me again, because no one else wanted to do it.
Well, no, it's not that no one else wants to do it. It's the fact that I literally messaged you, fuck it, let's do episode 2 pretty much. And you're like, alright.
Just laying in bed and my phone vibrates. I'm like, who's messaging me at this hour? Of course it's Tyler.
Who would message someone in the morning? Like, who has the audacity? Oh, it's Tyler. It's Tyler.
Of course it's Tyler.
No,
It's always Tyler.
you know, people get post-nut clarity, right? I get wake-up morning clarity, where, like, everything I can think of just comes to me in a sudden jolt in the morning, and I have focus for about, like, 2 hours there.
I'm just depressed in the morning.
I mean, I'm that too, but, like, I get away with... I get away with, like...
Yes.
I get away with... I get away
Couldn't
with...
agree more.
Yeah, still eating the fries.
What'd you get?
Okay. I got a large fry,
Yeah.
large drink, Fanta, ice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Not just one, but 2 Big Macs.
Fat fuck.
Well, I know I'm fat. No, there's nothing. Again, with the morning clarity, right? And I thought about it. I mustn't have that bad of a metabolism. Because when I eat this shit and I just don't feel fatter.
You've never had that bad of a metabolism.
So
I could have told you that.
So I can be a fat fuck, but I'm still like, it's still like, yeah. Like one morning, like a week ago, I looked at myself in the mirror after my shower and I'm like, God, I'm fat as shit. And then like 2 days later, I had a shower again. Nothing changed with my diet, nothing changed with movement or anything. Oh yeah, looking thin as always. Yeah. I guess it's just like how much like of certain things I eat that day. Because how I can tell like is if I push on my gut, if I've had enough like how much food I've eaten. If I push on my gut and it's really like floppy,
Yeah.
it's like ooh, I can put more food in here for now. And then if it's like really firm, I'm like I feel like Santa Claus. But without the claws, so I just feel like Santa.
Well, what is the... You know what? Never mind.
Good question.
So,
Starting next podcast, I will say, I will start writing down some topic ideas that we can talk over. But this is just, again, like, what do we want to talk about? What do you want to talk about, Gordon? Because it's been like... Hold up, how long has it been?
It's like a month.
Since the last one. When did I upload it? Let's just check. Oh yes, my last Google was decapitation.
Huh? What?
It's important for reasons. Well, my last Google was decapitation for the sole reason that it was for the video. I uploaded February 14th, so yeah, it's been over 2 months.
Let's go.
And yeah, no, we should definitely film this every second week.
Every second week, you say?
Yeah. The ad video is going to get done next week, I think.
Next Monday. Or Monday coming.
Not Monday, the one after that.
Okay.
I mean, I'm only 2 minutes 30 into it. But most of the subtitling I've had to do up to this point is every single word type subtitling, which takes me a really long time to do. Like, it took me an hour to get all of your ones done, all of Brian ones, all of Tier's ones, and all of Ethan's one. It took me an hour to get that.
Jesus.
And they're not that much. Like, there's like a bits here and there. But my ones took me like 2 hours because I just started like, oh, you can do this and this and this and this and this, and I kept that in because of context reasons, so it's got to stay in. So it's like, there's a solid like 40 seconds of my subtitling that is just word by word by word, and it's like, Even
come in.
I get lazy with video editing, right? To the point where I just leave notes saying, finish this bit because you're too lazy to fucking do it, pretty much.
I did it on my coding in DGT.
You just leave notes like...
Yeah. And I didn't fix one of them, and I handed my work in, and Tommy was like, what's this? I was like, fuck.
Do this shit, nerd. It's like, oh...
Yeah, it was along those lines as well.
It was like, fucking fix this.
I have like one line of code that says, this broke, fix. Then Tommy asked if I fixed it. I'm like, no.
It's not important.
It's still there.
It's there to this day.
It actually is. I could open my code and show you it. But I can't be bothered. So I've done like nothing over the holidays because I was told not to.
So you just didn't?
All of my, no, even like, well, not all of them, but like a fair few of my teachers were like, don't do anything over the holidays. And I was like, I bet. And then I ran away before they could change their mind.
No, let's imagine. All the teachers are lined up, and you're there. It's just like, all the teachers are lined up, and they're like, all right, so you don't have to do anything. And then before they finish the word anything, you're already turning around. You know how General Grievous scutters away?
Gone.
You know how General Grievous scutters? You're like, there, like scuttling away. Yeah, like on force and scuttling away like a gremlin.
You just see Metallic whirring as I zoom past.
That's what I was imagining in my head.
Oh. I wish I could scurry like General Grievous, goddamn.
Oh, fuck. The things I would do to become General Grievous, like...
I'd kill a youngling.
I'd kill 5. Easily.
Okay, Anakin. Jesus.
Speaking of younglings, okay, the new Lego Star Wars game came out, right? You can't kill younglings.
So, people are using speedruns?
People are using them for speedrun strats, yeah.
It just reminds me about how, like, all, like, the normal things, like, games where you can pick things up, and, like, you pick up something while standing on it, and it flies. Yeah, instead of that, it's just beating the youngling as you're flying across.
Oh, they put so much, like, really good effort into that game, I'll be honest. I'm actually tempted to buy it, because of, like, all the little things I've seen.
I've been tempted to buy it, like, since it started showing up.
I don't have it on my wish list, but I've just been waiting to buy it. But I want to buy it because, like, there's little things, like, if you pick young Anakin and Darth Vader, Anakin's like, oh, that suit's cool, when can I get one? And then Darth Vader's like, patience, young one. It's like subtle shit like that that's great. They also poked fun at the new movies, like, sort of thing they poked fun at the new movies, where Rey is very confused how the Death Star's on that water planet all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Because, like, it should land on Endor, but it didn't.
Yeah.
It landed on a
like,
water
zoomed
planet.
off, like, 2 sectors.
Yeah. Shit like that's great. I love how they can do that too and get away with it.
You have to be able to poke fun of things. Otherwise, the game's just not going to be good.
Yeah. Poke fun of the source material within reason.
Yeah. Well, unless it's the sequels, in which case you have at it. The continuity in those movies is horrible.
Like, with the Star Wars movies, like, the only reason people think they're bad is because they're not as good as the previous ones.
You can't beat 4, 5, and 6.
You can't.
Like, they set up a really high thing.
They did a good job. They did a good job. If it didn't have the Star Wars IP and it was its own thing, and it was, like, just not, it probably would have sold way better, and people would love it more. Same with the new ones. If it was its own IP,
if the new ones with their own movie would be grand.
They're phenomenal movies. Like, don't get me wrong, but it's just the fact that they got Star Wars attached to it. Oh shit! My demons are escaping. People don't like that.
Yeah, it's like they're set up thin. to be some kind of main character.
And then he sort of got pushed
and then
off
he's
the
like
side.
a coma
Yeah.
the next couple movies. Like, what's that then?
They set up Finn to like potentially be a Jedi and stuff in the
Yeah.
in the first one of those, and because he was like, oh, you can wield the lightsaber. He used like I think he sort of used the Force, and it was like, oh, that's really cool. And then they sort of was like, ah, fuck you, he's off to the side. Who cares?
No, he's black. He's gone off.
Go on. Oh, fuck's sake.
No, but like that's actually what they did with it.
Yeah, they're like, nah, Rey's more important. We'll do
Like
some
they
stuff.
used him because he was coloured, so that they didn't get cancelled instantly.
No, they could have done way more with this character.
It looked like they were going to, because like they had him on the main poster holding a lightsaber. He holds a lightsaber for all 2 minutes, and then gets his back broken on a tree.
But it's still like they could have done so much more with this character.
They should
Holy
have.
shit, they should have. Yeah.
Like they kind of just threw him aside until like what, the last movie?
Not even
Where
the
he
last
is,
one.
like-
He didn't even do too much.
He met those ex-stormtroopers. Was like, hey yo, I'm like you. Ahaha.
And then he
Yeah?
was like, oh yeah, he did do that.
But other than that, there was nothing there.
Yeah, well, I forget Captain Phasma fucking died. That's how unforgettable that scene is. Like, it's such like a powerful scene when you watch it. But
She fell
like-
and just gone.
yeah, it's such like a boring death for such like a mediocre character.
Because they didn't set the characters up well.
No, I could have written them better.
It wouldn't have been difficult to do. Like, you could have kept Finn being one of the main characters. There's people that argue he is a main character. He's not a main character.
He was a main character for the first one, and then they pushed him onto the side, and he's more of like a B tier character in the plot.
He was a main character until Rey showed up.
Yeah, he was a main
Which
character.
I don't like.
Yeah, they pushed Rey too hard,
Yeah.
and
And
then
then-
they should have pushed Finn harder.
Because they set it up at the start of the movie, like, oh, this is your main bloke, bruv.
Yeah, this is the fellow you gotta follow. 'cause
They
he's
they
important.
tried doing like the main character swap cliche, but they did it so badly.
Oh, and like, there's so many things I don't like. For starters, why the fuck did spoiler alert? Why the fuck did Han Solo have to die?
I think it's because Harrison Ford legitimately hated playing Han Solo.
But at the
I
same
think he just
time,
wanted his character killed off.
at the same time, they could have done so much more. And then they just gave him the death there, and it
Yeah,
was
it
like
was
a
such a
slight emotional
stupid
point. And it was
death.
they could have. He was like, oh, but I can talk to my son. Oh no, he's too far gone. And then
And,
Ray,
like-
like 2 movies later, is like, no, he's not too far gone. Look at this force power we can do. Woo, teleportation. You know.
He's hot. I want to touch him. But like Han Solo's never been a character who cares for family,
No.
and
he's
he
never
dies
caring for family.
trying to get to his son.
Which he
like-
didn't care for in previous scenes we've seen as
Exactly.
well. So it makes no sense why he died there. It's such a stupid fucking scene.
It's stupid. And then Luke, like in the first like 4, 5, 6, he's like, oh, I still see the good of my father.
Yeah.
Ben has like one bad dream and he's dead. Like, what's that?
And then he's like, and then like, what was it? Fucking, what's his name's like, I'm a, what's his name? Adam, the guy Adam Driver plays.
Brother, Kylo Ren.
Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren. When he, cause it's just like, Kylo Ren turned on me. Well now I have lost faith in all humanity. I'm gonna become a hermit in the fucking hills of this planet. What the one thing.
I know my
wrong.
school burnt down anyway.
Anyway, those hills, they are alive with the sounds of music.
He goes and drinks that fat thing's milk, and that's
Yeah,
a
it's
weird
like-
scene.
That is a weird scene. Can we talk about that scene in particular?
Let's talk about that scene for a little bit.
Holy shit, that's a weird scene. He just
Man says milking this very obtuse,
thing.
elongated elephant
Agreed. And then he just drinks
With
it like
others.
nothing. Like
right in front of it too. Like it's quite chuffed to have his milk drunk.
it's like,
Like-
ooh, yum yum yum, milk.
Do it again, it tickles.
Again, it
Like,
tickles.
what? Oh, let's talk about the dialogue for a bit, shall we?
Oh,
The dreaded Palpatine has returned.
they okay.
Really?
It was such a stupid thing because they didn't give context like how he back. They gave no context.
He's just sitting there in a
Do you want to know the
tube,
context?
like-
Do you want to know the context? You had
I
to
wanna know
read
the
a
context.
separate fucking novel. You had to read a whole
Oh my
novel
God.
to find out like how he survived that.
How did he survive?
Fucking, I don't even know. It's so stupid. Like,
Hang on, let me.
have you ever seen Harry Potter? He had
Man's
more
got a
cruxes.
Horcrux.
How did Palpatine?
How did Palpatine survive?
Yeah, it's even like, how did Palpatine survive?
His consciousness was transferred to a
To a
clone on the planet Exegol,
Wow.
where he had previously been studying immortality.
It was such a stupid, like, why did, okay, that was another thing they shouldn't have done. Why did they bring back Palpatine of all people?
Yeah, they could have brought Maul back for the 15th time.
Okay, Maul being back, though, would have been way cooler.
Yeah, Maul a really cool character.
Because, no, they brought Maul back in the Han Solo movie, like, at the end.
Like, for like 2 minutes.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, they can do so much shit with that, and then they just never did it again. They did nothing with that.
Maul's story was the Clone Wars and Rebels.
Yeah, but still.
And like, to be fair, if you actually like watch the Clone Wars and Rebels, it's really well done. The storyline.
Then.
But they do nothing else. He's set up to be such a cool, like, dangerous villain in the first film. He kills Space Jesus' dad and dips.
He does kill Qui-Gon, yeah.
That's really like one of the main reasons that 1, 2, and 3 is not considered that good of a movie. They kill off the villains too quickly.
And also time. Yeah, because like they kill off more in the first one.
In the first one, they kill off. Is Dooku? No, Dooku dies in the third one, but at the very beginning.
They threaten they show up Dooku in the second one. There's like a big guy. The Clone Wars happens. You have to literally watch the entirety of the Clone Wars to get context for that. And then they just like suddenly there in the third movie, and they kill him within like 5 minutes. And it's like, oh well, I guess he's not that bad at all.
Man gets space guillotined. I love how they took the time to CGI his head hitting the floor. Like if you like look at a scene, you can actually see it bouncing.
I also love how to keep the movie M-rated, the wound immediately cauterized.
Yeah, but well, I mean, to be fair,
which to be funny,
it's a lightsaber.
To be also funny, in the original cut of the first Star Wars movie, number 4, there was blood. Did you know about this? Yeah, there was blood coming out of the wound of the thing that Han Solo shot.
Yeah. Which, to be fair, I'm alright with there not being any blood, because, it's kind of concentrated, just heat.
Energy and heat, yeah.
Yeah.
But at the same
so
time,
I'm alright with there not being any blood.
Blood for the blood gods, am I right?
Blood for the blood god. The blood god must be starving. Oh, no, he's got Wookiees, never mind.
Yeah, people forget how fucked up Wookiees are.
Bro, they're mental.
They can straight up just rip your arms out of the sockets.
Yeah. Oh, you haven't watched Boba Fett, have you?
No, I haven't watched Boba Fett. They do it,
Do you want, like, a slight scene spoiler?
Is this season 1 or season 2? Or whatever it is? Is this like
It's Boba Fett's season 1. But it's like such like a nonchalant scene.
Is it like spoiler though? Because this is pretty
It's not spoilers to the story.
Okay, then do it.
So there's a Trandoshan, 2 Trandoshans in a bar, and because they had like enslaved Wookiees into fight pits, a Wookiee just rips one of them in half. And I cap you not. Mwah. Mwah.
Amazing
It's a
CG.
beautiful thing.
Nah, mate, it wasn't even CG. They straight up just ripped 2 guys' arms out of the sockets.
They legitimately ripped some guy in half. It was mental. His family's in shambles.
I do need to watch all those, but like, 1, I'm lazy, and 2, I don't have Disney Plus.
Fair enough. But if you get a free trial and watch it all, then again, you wouldn't sit down and watch it all, would you?
If we could just have a fucking like movie night. Do you want to have a movie night on like Sunday or something? Oh no, not Sunday, because on Saturday maybe.
I'd be back to school with you.
And we just we can be up to like fucking 4 in the morning. I'm down to do this actually.
I might have work. I'll check. If I don't, then I'm down, and I will be up until 4 in the morning.
I'll have to go get popcorn.
I should get beer.
And fun fact, you guys are not invited. Fuck you if you're listening. Just kidding, love you to death. If you make it to around the 20-minute mark, love you to death.
this the 20-minute mark? No, it is. It's exactly the spot on the 20-minute mark.
It's a bit short from when I started recording. Plus, there'll probably be a few little cuts I do, so.
I'm just looking at the when you started the call. Fuck you.
I mean, yeah.
That's a good 20-minute segment on why we hate the Star Wars movie.
We can keep going. Like, there's more things I'm not talking about for Star Wars. Like, I
don't like how people...
Okay, no, you go first.
I don't like how people say Hayden Christensen did a bad job. Like, his whole role was angsty teen. And he did that spot on.
Yeah. Okay, this is the thing. It's the same how like, people like... what's his name? Fucking Spider-Man. This is just a different universe, but what's his Andrew Garfield.
Andrew Garfield.
Spider-Man. He wasn't a shit Spider-Man. He was probably the better Spider-Man. He was just a shit Peter Parker. He was a shit Peter Parker.
Well, he did get the crunchy to his girlfriend.
Thanks, Gordon.
You're
That
welcome.
will never be lost from my mind.
Oh, I still find that quite funny, eh? Everyone... I don't know if... I haven't seen the new Spider-Man movie, so I don't know if that happens in that movie. One? Yeah.
The new one that came out, the new Avengers one.
Yeah.
I say it's
I don't
good.
know what happens in the
People
movie.
put it in their, like, top 5. I don't. I'm not putting that in the top 5 bubble. It's good, but it's like, it would just not make it, in my opinion.
It's like top 5 Marvel movies?
Yeah, like Marvel MCU.
Ah, see, like, 2 of those slots are just Taika Waititi movies.
Yeah, like Thor Ragnarok easily.
Thor Ragnarok's a number one.
It's just a good watch. Like, you don't.
It's because it's funny as well.
It's got the subtle humor.
Good characters.
Okay. We were going to talk about Star Wars, but now I want to talk about Thor. Have you seen the trailer for the new movie?
I have not, but I know sort of what happens.
Okay. The
Like,
the Guardians gonna be there, and my main man Korg's gonna be there. So that's all I'm
Hey,
Korg's gonna be. There's literally a scene where it's just him and Korg on a planet in like the trailer. It's like, fuck yeah, Korg's back. Everybody loves Korg. So great.
I know female Thor. I'm still calling the actress Padme Amidala, but what's her face?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about though.
What's her name?
I don't know.
Hang on! I've known her as Padme Amidala for like 3/4 of my life, and now I can't think of her name.
I love that thought of like younger kids when they see a movie and they see a character die, they genuinely think they died on set.
Natalie Portman! Sorry.
You hear those stories though? Where people are like, when I was a kid, when I watched a movie and I saw someone die, I thought they died there, and then that was it. That was the end of their career.
They just filmed some guy's murder. I mean, to be fair, when I was like 5,
You thought it?
I accidentally watched Friday the 13th.
When you're 5?
I was singing like...
No wonder you're so fucked in the head.
Prefer explains a lot. That one got put through the ceiling.
Was it the original or was it the remake they did?
The original.
I watched the remake, and the remake was just like, oh, they're fucking, oh, they're high, oh, they're dead. And that was the whole movie.
I mean, that's pretty much the Friday the 13th franchise.
No. The only thing I actually remember from that movie was one character. I think it was the black guy. He was trying to, like, he was just like, everyone was getting it on. He was just lonely. He's like, fuck it, and he just grabbed like this really like musky old magazine, and this girl was like a decent sweater. He's like, fuck it, and he just starts jerking off to that. And it's such like a stupid joke because then immediately he gets killed. I think like a minute later, but it's such like
got all of his pants down literally.
Yeah.
I've actually like never fully watched those movies.
No, that's the only one I've really watched. I was like, fuck it, it's on Netflix. I might as well watch it. It'll be an interesting watch.
Was it on Netflix?
It was on Netflix. This was like 2 years ago.
Oh, it's probably not.
Like,
sorry, Netflix will say it has it, but it doesn't.
And then you got to use a VPN.
Yeah, which is stupid.
Which is what this podcast is sponsored by NordVPN. Please use code TweeCast to get 10% off. Don't do that. We're not sponsored by anyone. Yet.
Yet.
This soon
This
will
is
be
just
a
more
day
proof we share a brain cell.
Yeah, we do that. do that. Anyway.
Doo-doo.
Yeah. Back to the Star Wars thing. Going full back to
Yep.
that. They pushed pod racing so hard in the first movie.
But it was so good.
It was the only fucking good scene, and they pushed it so hard, and they did a good job with that. And
Yeah.
then that was it. That was the. And then they were like, okay, good to that movie, bad to that movie. Why the fuck did they name a character after two jars?
Probably because he was supposed to be a throwaway character, and then Dave Filoni's like, "What if? Hear me out.
Hear me out, politician.
Jar Jar fucks."
becomes a
by the way,
politician.
he also gets a girlfriend.
Fucking really?
Mm-hmm.
Why did they?
Some point in the Clone Wars.
That
He gets
hurts
a
my
girlfriend.
feelings. That Jar Jar can get more bitches than I can. And he's fucking Jar Jar.
I'm pretty sure Dave Filoni did it as like a look. Jar Jar can do it. You can't. Haha.
What?
Oh,
Get bitches? Jar Jar here does.
Jar Jar does. Oh my.
There's that fucking meme. It's like it was Carl Weezer. It's like Jimmy gets Cindy. Sheen gets. I can't remember that girl's name. The other girl's name, but it's just Sheen.
The other one.
What do I get? Paid. And Jimmy's mom. That was the meme. Like, fuck. Why do I not remember that one's name? I
don't know.
I remember the girls. Maybe I'm sexist. Probably am that.
Probably. Yeah. Another
So I'm
thing.
just trying to eat, but you can do.
Have you not finished your Big Macs yet?
No, I'm taking my time. I'm trying to eat it when I have moment,
Yeah.
not when you're speaking. You know?
I would have scoffed it by now. What's the thing? Ted Nevison. Have you seen his new video?
Yeah.
How many people, like, why would you accept milk from some random man at Coachella of all places?
Because it's Coachella, you're expecting to get fucking high as a kite.
Yeah, I suppose you are expecting it to be laced, aren't you? It's like, why'd you come to a Coachella? I want to get kidnapped.
Why'd you come? Well, I came for the atmosphere, but then this random guy who was really tall and sexy as fuck came up with some milk, and I'm like, Elliot.
I was like, I bet. And that's my Coachella experience. Like, that's literally, like, all I know about Coachella is that they dress up in really exposed, like, revealing costumes.
They
Music.
get high and listen
And
to
Ted
music.
Nevison. Like, I'm not, like, a big music lover. But I go to Coachella just to get Ted Nevison milk.
What was it? So I looked at the lineup because I was curious,
Yeah.
and I'm like, either I'm out of touch with music, or I just genuinely don't know who the fuck these people are.
It's because it's all new, like, not even bands.
There
singers.
was some names I saw. There were some names I saw that were pretty good, but it was just like a lot of names. I'm like, I don't know this artist.
To be fair, a lot of the new music now I dislike heavily. Like, it's not even, like, I wouldn't even consider it music. It's just someone, you know?
It's like fuck mumble rap.
Mumble rap, yeah.
They
Takes
made a whole new
no
genre
skill.
because of how bad it is. It couldn't fit into any other genre. What? It's rap. You can tell. No. Okay, I guess it's mumble rap then.
What's that? You can't make out anything that guy's saying? Oh, well, mumble rap it is.
I love that. Fuck. What was it? It was there's a mumble rap, but he says like he tries to say brand names, but he says it so mumbly that they sound off-branded.
PlayStation.
No, he calls Doritos Ditos.
How?
That's the only one
He's
I can.
missing half of the vowels in that word.
I can't remember how half of them. It was like. I think Dr. Pepper was like Dr. Right or some shit.
How does he manage that?
Oh, He got a few of them right. I think he said no. He said Oros instead of Oreos. Mumble rappers are just an entire different beast of their own.
You know how if you hit someone with a bat, there's like a chance their speech will become like really bad.
Where is this going?
Do you think it's the reverse on them?
Oh, if we hit them with a bat, they come.
Like, you hit them with a bat, they like start talking like in a posh British accent, with like perfect grammar.
Whenever I hear someone say "hit them with a bat," I always think of the bonk sound effect from T4. It's like the bonk, and then it's just like a critical hit pops up.
Oh, I would love it if whenever I hit someone with a bat, that sound plays.
Bro, okay. This is a story from last year. This is involving bats, right?
No.
So we got put sort of into like the year 13. We got put into different Friday sports, and I had to do softball. The entire time, because they were just being idiots, I had a baseball bat, and the entire time I was just like flicking it around, like swinging it around very aggressively, and people were they were looking at me like, I don't want to fuck with him, but at the same time, I want to fuck with him to see how this goes. Like, I was just like rotating the fuck out of it, spinning it around, like protecting my family with the power of the bat. It was a metal bat too, so it would have hurt if I hit someone.
Bro, a normal bat, a wiffle bat hurts if you hit them hard enough.
If you're a pussy, yeah.
Hey, you want to come over here and try it?
Alright, I'm coming.
I'm hitting you.
I'm coming.
I bet. Fucking little bitch. Damn, now it's just me and you podcast.
Gotta play to the bed. Gotta play to the bed. Any other stories you want to tell? Because we still got like 20 minutes to fill out.
Do it.
Quite frankly, I've ran out of things to talk about.
Streaming. You've been streaming more.
I've been streaming more at twitch.tv/tube by live check.
Hey, shut up.
Thank you for that, God. Thank you. No, you brought this up. You brought this up. Thank you for that. Yeah, no, I've been streaming one.
Link in the description.
Link in description. Thank you. Thank you for the plug, Gordon. Awesome.
You're welcome.
Yeah, no, I've been enjoying streaming more. Just because I've
been enjoying tagging along to the streaming more.
It's more like the reason I'm enjoying streaming is because I've got someone to talk to. If someone's in my chat or someone's in the call, I am having
Mr.
fun.
Omega.
Yeah, Mr. Omega. And when I'm not
Shameless.
shameless. But when when I was playing like Payday the other day by myself on stream, and there was like a few people in there, but no one was talking. You know what happens? Such as I create Dwayne the Rock Johnson and Dwayne the Croc Johnsons wearing Dwayne the Sock Johnsons.
Yeah, you should never be left alone.
Yeah. And then, I came up with lots of like really shitty Dwayne the Rock ones. I was like, if Dwayne the Rock Johnson got beamed up, will he be Dwayne the Spock Johnson?
Oh, shut up. Oh my god,
if Dwayne the Rock Johnson needed to defend his family, would he use his Dwayne the Glock Johnson? What was it? Dwayne. Oh fuck. If you need to keep your property safe, would you use Dwayne the Lock Johnson?
Dwayne the Rock Johnson was gay. Would it be Dwayne the Cock Johnson?
That was one I came up with. If Dwayne the Rock Johnson didn't want to you to date him, would he be Dwayne the Cock Block Johnson? That was one I was very proud of too. Like I was just trying to think of words that rhyme with rock.
Well, hang on. Let me do a quick Google search real quick.
And then there was the one I was like, this is how far I got. I was like, if Dwayne the Rock Johnson was a rock, would he be Dwayne the Rock Johnson? I got that far. Just the same thing.
This is a robot chicken voice actor for Padme Amidala. Sorry.
Robot Chicken's his own beast. Like, fucking...
Words that rhyme with orange.
I don't know his name, but he voices Chris from Family Guy. He's the creator of Robot Chicken, I'm pretty sure.
Is it?
Yeah.
Damn.
Future Tyler watching this, when you insert an image saying yes he is, or insert text saying no, fuck you, you're wrong, this is it, to that comment.
I really hope it's the latter.
I really do hope I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right.
Wow, Tyler, would you look at that? You were either correct or wrong.
Wow.
Who knew?
I can't believe I am correct.
Wow, I never knew. He actually made it.
There's gonna be so many violent cuts. It's like fucking video game dialogue trees and shit, where they just like, wow, good job, we believed in you, or like, wow,
my wife and kids.
my wife and kids, they're dying. like, I love fucking dialogue trees.
I love how I love those games where you can pick there's two options to pick from. One of them's like, oh my god, you did such a good job, thank you so much. And the other one's just, just being stabbed, he's just screaming in pain. And all of that happens via one or the other dialogue option.
Bro, I love the option in Telltale games to not say anything.
You're just staring at them?
Because you just sit there staring at them, then they stare back, it's like, Anyway. I did an entire playthrough of one where I literally said nothing and was the most stone-faced neutral character in existence. I think it was 5 lines that was said in that. Because it's just people formed really weird opinions on you, I'm gonna be honest. They're like,
what are you, a mute?
Are you a mute? Hello? Your son's dying out there. Telltale games are fun though.
I love taking the worst approach.
The worst approach.
Your son's dying out there. Oh no. Anyway.
This payload ain't gonna move itself. Did you hear about Overwatch 2?
I did. I haven't seen anything about it because I stay as far away as possible from Overwatch.
It's just the same fucking game. It seems.
Yeah.
It's just the same game, but there's so many balance changes and new heroes and new.
So it's basically something they just could have done in Overwatch.
They could have, They could have.
It's just a cash grab.
It is pretty much, yeah. But the player base will probably move to that because it's Overwatch 2.
They will. Yeah. Well, because it's new.
It's also because it's such the same game, but it's still different enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like if Destiny made a Destiny 3, even if it was the exact same game, the player base would buy it and move over to it.
Yeah. I mean,
I'd be one of those idiots.
Yeah. I mean, I can't. Yeah. I mean, you're me, Payday fan.
You would move.
People will still play the fuck out of Payday 2 though.
Oh yeah.
Because it doesn't. It's a game that probably won't die if it gets rough support every few months. Because of the sole reason of you don't need service for the game. It runs on the host. Yeah. And games like that normally never die. There's still a fuck ton of people playing Left 4 Dead. There's a fuck ton of people playing Left 4 Dead 2. So, yeah. Because the games don't run on servers, they run on the host. Yeah. All those games that do that, they live so long and they have such a powerful fan base. And then you see shit oh, my name's Battlefield 2042.
I have all of them.
Hey, we fixed our game, guys. We fixed it. Oh, we have no players because they expected the game to be good when it came out. Huh?
They expected us to learn from our mistakes.
No, they're already making a new Battlefield game. That's how they've already moved on. They've already moved on because they're straight.
It's like Call of Duty.
No, because the whole reason they moved on was the sole reason of they realized that they fucked up. The game's not going to become good ever again. They might as well just move on.
Yeah, it's with Call of Duty games, they have a new game yearly.
No, they changed it, I think. Hold on, I'm actually fact checking this one. I'm pretty sure they're going bi-yearly now.
But that's still not long of a period between games.
Yeah, they just decided to go to a bi-yearly thing this year. So every second year. But they switched between 2 companies. So instead of a company, they had 2 years to make a game between the Black Ops days until Advanced Warfare because Sledgehammer came in. So then they had 3 years. Sledgehammer dipped out after their second one. They went to work on other things because they just couldn't. Although I will say their ones were pretty good. I'm gonna be honest. I think the Sledgehammer ones were probably the better ones.
What ones did they do?
Advanced Warfare and World War 2.
Yeah.
I think I spent the most time out of any multiplayer in World War 2, by far.
Is that the new World War 2?
That was the one that was the one that came out 4 years ago. I got
I think the really good campaign.
The campaign was pretty good, yeah. I got to prestige 8 or some shit. It was like quite high for me
Mm.
in that game because I played that game a fuck ton because it actually like had a fun multiplayer, it had a good like loop. The zombies was okay, and it was a good game. But people were like, no, but it's not Black Ops, and it's like, well, fucking games have got to
Of
evolve.
course, it's not Black Ops.
Games have got to evolve to the point where they're different to what they were, but still have like their identity. That had the identity of like old COD games, and it was very fun. But a lot of people didn't like it though, which is funny because it's what they wanted. It is exactly what people want. People were like, with Advanced Warfare, they're like, oh, this is cool, but hopefully it doesn't filter the direction this way. Then Black Ops 3 happened, and they're like, oh, this is cool, but now it's getting oversaturated. We don't want another one like this. And poor Infinity Ward was still working on their one, which was like that. They did a group of 3. So they got the back end of it, because people were like, we don't like this anymore. We don't want this. We want a proper COD game, and that sucks because Infinite Warfare is so fucking good. I want to talk about this. I'm genuinely... Infinite Warfare is so fucking good. The campaign was probably one of the best COD campaigns in years.
Mm-hmm.
The multiplayer, although not the best, was still pretty good in comparison to Black Ops 3, in my opinion, and Advanced Warfare. I'd say it's better than those. And the zombies is so fucking phenomenal. They did such a great job. But because it was not what people wanted, they just glanced over it and it was like, oh, it's just another COD game with things. I'm just going to skip this year. I'm going to play Black Ops 3. And it just hurts my feelings. But like, now, they don't want to make zombies again because of that. Because no one supported it. And it sucks because they made a genuinely fun zombies.
Zombies is what seems to be, like, mainly what keeps the old games alive.
Yeah, oh my fucking god. And now they're the ones that made Modern Warfare and stuff. So they moved away from Modern Warfare to make that, which is fine. But like, now that they just don't want to port like the idea from the zombies over. It doesn't seem like they want to even touch it, which really hurts because they got Pee Wee Herman, Pee Wee Herman, from Pee Wee's World and all those sorts of things. They got him to straight up voice the main villain, who berates you the entire time, and it's so good because like Pee Wee Herman's such this upbeat character that he's always in. And then you see him being like no all the time and evil, and it's so fucking cool. Okay, that's my rant. Fucking
I can't really like engage Call of Duty because I've only played Black Ops 3, and that was only because it was free in the PlayStation Store.
Because I've done my lap. I've done my world tour. I played Black Ops 3. I played all the futuristic ones. That's when I started. So my opinion may not be as good as people who played the previous titles, but I still think that Infinite Warfare was the better one of the 3. I'm gonna be honest. And then I did play World War II, and World War II, the moment World War II did come out, that's when I was like, alright, Infinite Warfare's probably not going to have as much of a player base. I will play that, and I did play that one a lot for the multiplayer. So if I wanted to play a good zombies, I went to Infinite Warfare. If I wanted to play a good multiplayer, I went to World War II, and I just sort of went between the two. And then I did buy Black Ops 4, but Black Ops 4 was a piece of shit. I don't want to hear it. Black Ops 4 was a piece of shit. No campaign, so you already have done that. The multiplayer, they made it more like tactical, where you actually had to heal yourself and you had limited health pool and you can mod like so weirdly with the guns. They made it not fun. And then the zombies in that, I mean, the zombies was okay. They did change up the formula where instead of having all like the perk machines, you could pick 4. So that was pretty cool. But at the same time, they changed the formula in such a way that I didn't enjoy it as much as like the Infinite Warfare one or I even enjoyed the World War II one more than that, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. It's just because I think it's because people have a bias. The Black Ops series.
Oh yeah.
They have a serious bias because like Black Ops 2, people say is phenomenal. I've still never played it. I do want to play it though at some point to see like. I probably won't get to play it as how they see it, how it plays because the heyday's over and there's not many people playing it.
Yeah.
But I do want to see what was the good thing about it, sort of thing.
I mean, it's like how I think Destiny 1 is phenomenal. It's just nostalgia.
Yeah.
Like, they'll probably go back and play and be like, oh, this isn't that great. It's because they remember what it was like playing it. And so they're like, oh, no, it's amazing. I love it. But in actuality, it's kind of crap.
I don't know. Hold up. Now I'm gonna pull up real quick on my other screen. COD game sales. Sales for each game. So I can, like, roughly, like, so we can see, like, okay, so this is from 2019. We can have. I just wanna have a little look. So Black Ops, yeah, like Black Ops. You see all those things. Like, yeah, like you can see that people just weren't, and like I'm gonna screenshot this graph and put it on the screen. From this, you can see Black Ops very popular because Black Ops 1 is the top, then 2 is at number 3, and then 3 is at number 5. You can see people wanted those, and they've
consistently done well.
You can also see Modern Warfare 3, Modern Warfare 2, and Modern Warfare because people wanted Modern Warfare. Infinite Warfare's not even on the list because people didn't want it. And that hurts, because it was genuinely a fun game. It's just that it wasn't the COD IP, or it wasn't the COD game, that people just didn't like it. And
But that's the problem with having a very, very opinionated community. And if it's not what they want, then they're not going to play it.
Like, I was gonna buy the new, like, Monster Hunter Rise. Because there's a new DLC coming out. But I don't want to, because I want to play World. So I feel like I'm in that situation of I want to play World, and, like, I'm in that situation where I'm like, I'd rather play this game that is pretty good.
Yeah.
Instead of playing the one that was a Switch game that they ported and made better, and then gave it a new DLC. It's like, I could play Rise, I probably should, but I just don't want to. It's one of those things, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not like all this. So
I'm in that kind of view as with Destiny at the minute. Because it's like, if a new game came out, I would want to play it. But, like, they've got a lot of server issues. So, for like the first month or two, I probably wouldn't be able to play it anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like what happened with Destiny when Destiny 2 came out.
The server was just down?
Because of it being a new game, everyone just left the Destiny servers. So, if you didn't buy Destiny 2, you couldn't play Destiny at all, basically. Well, you could, but it was really difficult. Like, when it first came, for like the first 2 months of Destiny 2 being released, I found about 1 strike. And that was like 3 people you needed.
But it's actually a pretty, now that more people have gone, like, playing it, fuck, I can't English. More people are playing Destiny 1. I've been seeing, like, heaps of videos, like, when I'm, like, looking at Destiny things, like, I just, like, I'll see what Destiny 1's up to. There's, like, there's a decent amount of people playing it. People are still playing Crucible and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's just not as hitting as Destiny 2. And at the same time, like, Destiny 2 doesn't have a good... I'm gonna be honest, doesn't have a good gameplay loop. I'm gonna say this.
No, it doesn't. I think, like, the community's in agreement at that.
You pay $60 for a strike, for like a few strikes, and they played the exact same every time, maybe with slight variations, and that's it.
And in order to get high enough light so you can actually do the raid, you have to play these things constantly.
Yeah, and then also, like, on top of that, like, how they make it more difficult is they just make it so they do more damage to you.
Yeah.
Which is not bad, like, lots of games do that. But not just do more damage, but they also make it so you have to change how you play completely with different builds.
Force a loadout.
They don't really force specific loadouts. Like, that's fine to force specific loadouts, but you gotta give creative freedom where it's thing. So then, like, it's just got a really dull gameplay loop. Whereas, games I'm currently playing, Monster Hunter, it has a great gameplay loop for the sole reason of no fight of the same monster will ever go the same. One time you could literally whip their ass and be done in 5 minutes. Next time, they could just pull out some really bullshit move, one-shot you, and you're like, uh-oh, things have gone wrong. Like, every fight is different. I spent almost half an hour fighting an Azor Rathalos last night because I just couldn't do it. Because it was just flying around, I just couldn't do it. And call me bad, I don't care. And Again, I'm not meaning to jerk off Payday again, like I do all the time. It has a great gameplay loop for the sole reason of, again, no two heists are ever the same. cops spawn in different locations, different cops spawn. I mean, it's similar-ish with it, but like sometimes you can get rushed by like 2 bulldozers and get absolutely curbed, and then other times you're like, oh, this is just a breeze, you know. So like it has the good gameplay loop where it actually throws different things at you,
and you can use whatever you want to use.
Yeah, like unless you're playing unless you're going for death sentence, in which case you can use mostly everything you want to use. There's a few things that would just not be good, like in Payday, but like you do have a lot of creative freedom in Payday. Like almost every perk deck is really strong. Like, I mean, I hate to dog Yakuza, but all it does is just give you a little bit more speed, and that's probably one of the only ones that are not viable. Like a lot of difficulties. Yeah,
there's always gonna be one.
I don't like. There's a few like Yakuza because it just gives you more speed. Biker because it just gives you. I mean, Biker has good.
Gives you a bicycle.
Just no, because Biker in Payday just gives you more. Gives you some health back and armor back on kills, but it's kills for anyone in your team. So if someone does it, you get it. So and it's on a cooldown. So if someone's going on a killing spree, you're at a disadvantage. That's the only downside to Biker, I'd say. Otherwise, it's pretty good. And like, you know, I don't say you like perk things. I mean, Infiltrator, you just get less. You take less damage being around enemies. It's fine, but like, they can shred through your health quite fast if you're not careful. It's one of those ones. But like, Payday perk decks are pretty strong, and like because Payday is a good gameplay loop, it works well. Another game that has a good gameplay loop: Balloons Tower Defense 6.
Oh dear God!
It does. It does have a good gameplay loop because you could just play the same map, but do something completely different and stupid, and it can work. Like me and Gordon were streaming on Twitch.tv/2 live a few days ago, right?
Jesus Christ, Tyler!
And we were on logs, and our strategy was I had Biker Jones with cluster bombs, and he had a fleet of snipers, and it worked because it was stupid, but it worked, and like it's because the game has a good gameplay loop. So. Games just need that good gameplay loop to get around the whole thing of it, so they're fun.
They also need good developers behind it. You know, like ones that don't instantly be like, oh, hey, here's just microtransactions. Or, in the case of Star Wars Battlefront 2, hey, here's some boxes you could earn throughout the game. Yeah, nice and good. You know, you love it. And about like a year later, they get rid of that and make us you have to buy them.
No, they made it so if you want, they worked out the average of people were spending to get Darth Vader when the game came out. It was like $2,000.
Mental.
I love those stories of like kids being like they get put on like news for the sole reason of this random hacker suddenly spent 30,000 FIFA coins on on the Xbox, and they get on the news, and it's just like, you make sure your Xbox is secure with your credit card today, like that type of shit. But you can clearly tell that the kid just spent like a couple $100 on FIFA points. Yeah,
I was a kid on online when I would have done that. And then been like, oh no, I got hacked. Oh no.
Like, have you ever like done that to your parents? Like, you stole something and then, or like you did something like really bad, and then you're like, oh no, it was this. Like, you ever do that type of shit? Is there like a story you have for that? Just wondering.
I had an aloe vera leaf. And then blamed it on my friend. That was like probably the worst thing I've done. Other than that, I've owned up to most things, because otherwise my parents will kill me.
Okay, so there's a story I have. We used to live in a really old house. Okay.
We used to live at our house. I was like, really?
Really old house, right? We genuinely thought this place was haunted. This is when I was like 3, 4 though, and my parents told me a story of because we genuinely thought like there were fucking like ghosts and shit in this place. My parents told me a story. I don't remember this, but apparently the day we got there, they found me in a corner.
Right. This isn't you.
Okay. Near a curtain, like, and stuff, and the curtain was like wavy and shit, and they're like, oh, Tyler, what are you doing down there? It's like, oh, I'm just talking to my friend. He's pretty cool, little thing, like. And they're like, And they just thought I was just like a kid having like
schizophrenic.
But they really think now, like looking back on that story, that was a fucking ghost. Or some sort of fucking spirit. And I don't blame them, because if I had a kid and they went into a corner and they're curtained in a house that looks very fucking scary and were like, this is my friend, I'm like, alright, we're moving places, I don't want to be here.
I'm going home. I'm gonna pump the kid, we're leaving him, let's go.
No, that, like, apparently, like, fucking that house was spooky, though. Like,
we are 90% sure my sister's old house was haunted. Because my brother-in-law, he was doing something, and he left the door open, and he thought that his kid, or my nephew, ran past. So he saw something sprint past, and he looks back, and Gaius, the nephew in question, walked from the direction that he saw something sprint from.
Oh.
And then, so he's like, he was kind of spooked. He's like, okay, I'm probably just seeing things. The cupboard in my niece's room would always slam open. I mean, like, it would, like, aggressively open, shut, open, shut. Pretty sure my niece was the devil in that room, though. But she hated it. And then me and my dad, we were over there for his 60th. Yeah. And we would just run around the house being idiots. And, like, at different points of the night, me and Dad both saw the exact same thing. It was like this wee little kid-looking thing. I thought it was my niece. Just kind of hanging out. And I looked over. I didn't really, like, give it much thought, because I'm like, no, it's just me niece. Doing God knows what.
These things.
Probably eating a kid. It wasn't until Dad brought it up when we got home, and I was like, it wasn't done yet. Oh, fuck. Yeah, naturally, we didn't tell Hannah until after she'd moved out. And me and my dad aren't paranormal people, and I think, because Hannah already had, like, a thought in her head that it might have been haunted.
Now she has no doubt in her mind.
And me and Dad got up and were like, you know, we saw some shit. She was like, oh, fuck. You know, she's like, the reaction was, you can let me stay there? I was like, well, I'm not telling you. Like, it's a super old house, but I'm pretty sure, like, the old owner's kid died there.
Yeah, that's how it always goes. With, like, ghost stories, like, someone dies there and stuff, and then it's like, oh, I've got unfinished business, I want to haunt the place. I would love to haunt a place, but for the sole reason I'm not doing... I wouldn't want to do creepy things. I would want to do things like turn on the stereo, and it would just be like, I'm bringing sexy back, yeah, like shit like that. To like, it would be more like to fuck with them and not to be scary.
Yeah.
But like, that people would probably find that scary shit. Like, why did my radio just turn on and it's playing like?
They take like the box. Oh my god, they're haunting me because they're angry. It's like, nah, bro, I literally don't know you. It'd be like cooking. You'd be like turning the stove up a heat or like turning it off. Like, why isn't my food cooking?
I would love to like fuck with someone who has OCD. Like, they got like a line of pins. I just like rotate one slightly, and then they're like they rotate it back, and then they look away again, and then they just rotate it again.
Future owner of the house I die in, mate, you're not gonna like it.
You're not gonna like it. Yeah, we're gonna fucking haunt that shit.
You'd wake up, it's just me standing in doorways, just hi. Hi.
Just that's the TV turns on the middle of the night. Dora the Explorer starts playing. I want Dora the Explorer as a spirit.
Like, you know, there's like ghost stories where it's like they're not actually like trying to like do malicious stuff. They're just terrorizing the owner.
Yeah,
that'd be me.
Exactly.
So who died here? Oh, it's this twat. They give video footage of just like this podcast. It's just,
oh yeah, he died here. He said he would probably haunt this place. So
good luck.
Here's the keys. Good luck. In the middle of the night, you just hear a pan fall on the ground. Like they go up and check, and just written like on a piece of paper on the pan, "Fuck you." if you wake up to the sound of this pan, you are gay.
It's just you're like at some stupid o'clock in the morning, just Rick Astley playing.
And on that note, that was episode 2 of the TweeCast. Thank you, Gordon, for being here and enlightening me about lots of Star Wars talk, lots of video game talk, and lots of ghost talk.
You're welcome.
Join us next time where I will become Dr. Eggman and Gordon will commit treason on 3 counts of murder.
I've already done that. That wasn't this today.
4 counts of murder.